Okay, so are you ready? You ready to fire up those imaginations? Because today we're diving into ancient astronauts.
It's a topic that never fails to fascinate.
Never.
This idea that extraterrestrials might have had a hand in shaping our past, it's just, well,
It's juicy.
it's juicy. There's no other word for it. It's a great example of how we, as humans, try to make sense of the unknown. And sometimes those explanations, they involve a little bit of, let's say, creative thinking.
A little leap of faith, maybe a leap across light years, who knows? And the source material we're using for today's deep dive, you're going to love this. It takes these ancient astronaut theories, and get this, it ranks them.
Ranks them like a video game.
Exactly. From totally grounded, plausible but unproven, all the way to outlandish, mind-blowingly speculative. So think of it like leveling up through the history of ancient astronaut theories.
I'm game if you are.
I am so game. Okay, so level 1, the C tier. Grounded but unproven. We're talking about aliens giving ancient civilizations a little boost in the construction department.
Right, because nothing says alien assistance like a good pyramid.
Exactly. Pyramids, Stonehenge, those massive, awe-inspiring structures that still have us scratching our heads today.
I mean, think about the precision involved in aligning those Giza pyramids with Orion's belt. That level of accuracy with the tools they supposedly had. It makes you wonder.
It really does. It's almost like those jigsaw puzzles where a few pieces fit perfectly, but you're missing the rest of the picture. Like, how did they get those massive stones up there?
Right, and then there's the whole gods descending from the sky thing. Lots of cultures have those stories. And some people believe those were actually ancient encounters with extraterrestrial visitors.
I mean, it's not totally out of the realm of possibility, right?
Well, that's the thing about the C tier. It's grounded in the sense that we have these tangible structures, these enduring myths. But the leap to saying aliens did it, that's where the unproven part comes in.
True. It's important to remember that mainstream archaeology has explanations for these things too, like those pyramids. We've got evidence of ramps, levers, and some seriously impressive social organization that could have made it all possible.
Right, and those gods from the sky. Well, humans have always sought to explain the unknown, the powerful forces of nature. It's not surprising that stories of deities and otherworldly beings would emerge.
That's true. I mean, humans are pretty good at ingenuity, but we're also great storytellers, and that's what makes this topic so much fun.
It's that push and pull, isn't it, between plausible explanations and that little voice in the back of your head whispering, but what if?
Exactly. Which brings us nicely to level 2, the B tier, theories with interesting possibilities. This is where things get even juicier.
Buckle up.
This tier dives into the possibility of aliens directly influencing the development of early religions. Like, maybe those weren't just myths. Maybe they were getting some cosmic guidance.
It makes you think about those ancient calendars and astronomical knowledge. Some of it was shockingly advanced for its time.
So advanced it makes you wonder how they figured it out. Take the Antikythera mechanism, for example. It's this ancient Greek device, dates back to, get this, the 2nd century BC, and it's basically a crazy, complex astronomical calculator, centuries ahead of anything else we found from that era.
It's like finding a smartphone in a medieval castle.
Talk about anachronistic technology.
Right, and it just makes you think, what else is out there? What other Antikythera mechanisms might be buried out there, just waiting to rewrite history as we know it?
It's a tantalizing thought.
Totally. And it leads us to a big question. How do they do it? Was it just human ingenuity, or was there something else going on? Okay, so we've got those ancient calendars, mysterious artifacts, but now we're cranking things up. Level 3, the A tier. Fascinating, but highly speculative.
This is where we start to see theories that go beyond just, hey, maybe aliens gave us a helping hand.
Right, this is like full-on alien intervention territory. Exactly. This tier delves into the idea that aliens might have played a much more active role in shaping life on Earth. We're talking about the possibility of aliens seeding life on this planet, maybe even doing a little genetic engineering to nudge things along.
It's like, what if those missing links in the fossil record, those gaps in our understanding of evolution, what if those gaps are there because, well, aliens?
It's a thought-provoking concept, isn't it? The idea that we might be descended from some kind of cosmic gardening project.
Right, like things for the thumbs, extraterrestrial ancestors. But it's not just about where we came from. This tier also tackles those structures that seem almost impossible to build, even with our modern technology. The pyramids, for example. Some theorists believe there's no way ancient humans could have built those without some serious extraterrestrial assistance.
I mean, I've struggled to assemble IKEA furniture, and that comes with instructions. The sheer scale and precision of something like the Great Pyramid of Giza, It's awe-inspiring.
Awe-inspiring and a little bit intimidating.
To be fair, even with our modern understanding of engineering, replicating something like the Great Pyramid would be a massive undertaking. So I can understand why some people look at these structures and say, wait a minute, there has to be more to the story.
Right. It's like, did they have anti-gravity devices, tractor beams? What are we missing here? But, okay, before we spiral down that rabbit hole too far, let's level up again, shall we? To S tier. Awe-inspiring, but unverifiable.
This is where we start to get into the really juicy stuff.
Right. We're talking ancient alien encounters, misinterpreted technology, all those theories that make you go, wait, what if?
It's exactly. This is the domain of authors like Eric von Däniken, who in his book Chariots of the Gods suggested that what ancient people interpreted as gods and supernatural beings were actually just extraterrestrial visitors with technology far beyond their understanding.
It's a perspective that really makes you re-examine those ancient texts, those myths and legends that have been passed down for generations. Like, what if those fiery chariots described in ancient Hindu texts weren't just metaphors, but actual spacecraft? What if those gods descending from the sky were actually aliens in shiny suits?
It's a compelling narrative, to be sure, and it raises interesting questions about how we interpret the past through the lens of our own modern understanding.
Right, like we look at ancient art depicting flying machines and think, oh, how quaint, they imagine things flying through the air. But what if they weren't imagining? What if they were drawing what they saw?
It's a tantalizing thought. And speaking of things that seem designed to be seen from above, we can't forget the Nazca lines in Peru.
Oh, yeah. Those massive geoglyphs etched into the desert floor, only visible from the air. Some people believe they were meant to be seen by beings in the sky landing strips for ancient alien spacecraft.
I have to admit, even with our modern understanding that the Nazca people could have used simple surveying techniques to create these massive drawings, there's still something undeniably mysterious about them.
It's like they were sending a message to the heavens, and we're still trying to decipher it. And that's what makes these S-tier theories so captivating, even if they might not hold up under scientific scrutiny.
They appeal to our sense of wonder, our curiosity about the unknown.
Exactly. They remind us that there's still so much we don't know about our planet, our history, and the vast universe we inhabit. And we're back. Still here on the deep dive, venturing further into the realm of ancient astronaut theories. We've made it to S tier. Bold, imaginative, bordering on fantasy.
This is where things get really wild.
It's like the theories we've talked about so far, but turned up to 11.
Exactly. We're moving beyond just alien visitors or even alien engineers and into the realm of, well, imagine if those ancient myths, those stories of gods and monsters weren't just metaphors, but distorted memories of actual alien wars fought right here on Earth.
Whoa. Alien wars. On Earth.
That's the theory. It tries to make sense of some of the more apocalyptic tales found in ancient mythology. Those stories of celestial battles, of weapons of unimaginable power, of entire civilizations wiped out in a fiery cataclysm.
I mean, it would explain a lot if those weren't just stories, but actual historical events, just, with a little extraterrestrial flair.
Precisely. And if we're talking about lost civilizations, S tier takes those legendary cities like Atlantis and Lemuria and reimagines them not just as technologically advanced societies, but as potential outposts of those ancient alien civilizations.
Like they weren't just ahead of their time, they were literally from another planet.
Exactly. And their disappearance. Maybe it wasn't a natural disaster, but something far more extraordinary.
Now that's a story I'd watch. But okay, ready to jump into the deep end?
Always.
Because we've got one more level to explore. The beyond broken tier. These theories, they make aliens building the pyramids look like child's play.
This is where we encounter concepts that truly stretch the limits of imagination. Theories so out there, they make you question the very fabric of reality.
Okay, I'm officially intrigued. Hit me with your best shot.
How about this? What if aliens didn't just visit Earth? They didn't just influence our evolution. What if they created the entire universe?
What?
As in the Big Bang. They caused it. They engineered it. The universe itself is a product of their technology, their will.
Okay, that is a lot to process. So everything we know, everything we see, it's just a cosmic science experiment gone right.
In a way, yes. It's a mind-boggling concept, but that's the beyond broken tier for you.
Uh-huh.
And it gets even weirder because we also have the simulation hypothesis, which proposes that we're all just living in a highly advanced computer simulation created by, you guessed it, aliens.
Hold on. So not only did they create the universe, but they also decided to make a digital version of it and stick us inside.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
It begs the question.
Yeah.
Are we living in a base reality, or are we just lines of code in some alien supercomputer.
I think my brain just short-circuited. For a while there, I thought aliens building Stonehenge was the wildest thing I'd hear today.
And that's the beauty of exploring these theories. Whether we approach them with skepticism or a sense of wonder, they force us to confront the vastness of the unknown.
It's a good reminder that for all our advancements, for all our knowledge, there's still so much we don't understand about the universe and our place in it.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe somewhere out there on a planet orbiting a distant star, there's another civilization looking up at the night sky, asking the same questions we are.
Now that's a thought to leave you with. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride through the world of ancient astronaut theories. Until next time, keep looking up, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring the wonders of the cosmos.